Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. I'm going to do a detailed review on this Dreame X40 Ultra Robot Vacuum Cleaner. And right now this robot is leaving me speechless. I'm really going to put it through a torture test. This thing, it's going to be a long video. I have a short video on it. Watch it. This thing is $1,900. Is it worth it? I'm going to let you know in the end. It's very expensive. But anyway, let's get started. Muddy paw prints. We got some coffee, lots of stuff on the floor. We're going to see how the auto carpet sense works, but the really neat thing, we're going to see how it picks up stuff in the corners. Then we're going to come over and do the carpet torture test. I've got some powder on the ground, really fine material, got an iPhone cable and some fake dog poop, and we're going to see how it does in here. Okay, let's get started. Here's the base station. You've got a clean water tank. Now you're just going to put clean water in there. You don't put hot water or nothing. Here's the dirty water tank. You are going to have to, it's been clean in a while. See, this water is dirty. You are going to have to clean that out once in a while. It does stink if you don't. If you just empty it out, it will start to stink on you. So you got to brush it out. They give you a brush. Okay, here is the dust bag. So the robot is going to go around and it's going to vacuum everything up and it's going to put it into a dust bin. When it docks itself, it's going to come back and the base unit's going to suck everything out into this dust bag. You are going to have to change this dust bag once in a while. It's super easy. It's right there. Another thing I love, it's got onboard solution tank. You're going to put concentrated Dreame solution in here, and it's going to mix the clean water with the solution to give you the proper solution ratio inside the vacuum. There is a water tank inside there, and as it's mopping, it's going to be squirting a little bit of water onto the mop pad to keep it wet. So I like not having to add solution to the tank up here. I like that. Okay, let's talk about this, the base station. This is where it's going to clean the mop pads. It cleans them with hot water. This is where it auto empties, it charges, and there's a little port where it fills up the water tank. Now you are going to have to clean this once in a while. It's super easy to come out. And there's even a thing in the app where it puts water down there, you scrub it, and then it sucks the water out. So there is a procedure for cleaning this area, which I really do like that. Okay, let's talk about the robot. It has LiDAR navigation, does an excellent job of mapping your house. It has a camera on the front, sensors, and a light, so it can mop and vacuum in a dark room. Now the camera says, by default, it will not take pictures, but if you authorize it in the app, it will take pictures of the obstacles. And it says it keeps them local and it doesn't send them up to the cloud. Right here, this is the dustbin. It's got a pretty large dustbin. It's going to put everything in the dustbin. Again, when it auto empties, everything's going to come out that trap door on the side and come out here. Once in a while, there is a filter here. You are going to have to clean. That filter is washable, so you just got to make sure it's dry. Okay, here's the bottom of the robot. Let's talk about, there's the carpet sense. So it can sense when it's on carpet or hardwood floors or linoleum. This is the side brush, which is going to be really cool to watch. It can extend that, and it does an excellent job. Here's the brush roller. It's just a single brush roller. It's all plastic. These are the mopping pads. Now, it can extend this one side. It'll move it in and out, and I forget where the water comes out right there to keep the mop pad wet. So once in a while, you are going to have to replace these mop pads, but the base station does wash them with hot water, and after it's all done, it blows hot air onto them to dry them. So that's just a really neat feature. And it can also auto lift the mop pads when it senses carpet. But I have it set up to where it's going to drop the mop pads off at the base station when it's going to be on carpet. Okay, so this is the Dreame app. It's a very good app. I haven't had any problems with it. You do have to log in with a username and password. But here's the map. You're going to do a mapping run of your house. Then it actually did a really good job of kind of figuring out what rooms were which. Then you're going to put no-go zones. There's so much. I might miss some things in this. In the setup video, I talk about each and every setting. That's another really long video. But like you can give it ramps. You can tell it, oh, I have a ramp from one room to the next. You can have it where there's a safe. When you want it to travel from one room to the next, you can put these little things. There's just so much. But anyway. So here it is. Now the Clean Genius is what you're going to want to use. It kind of, when you're in Clean Genius, it's like AI. It uses the camera on the front, and if it sees a muddy mess, it's going to go back over it and kind of help cleaning. If you don't do the Clean Genius, if you do custom, then it's only going to do exactly what you tell it. Like it's going to vacuum and mop. Suction power is going to be this. And then this is, you get 32 levels of wetness for the mop pad. I'm not sure exactly why you need that many, but you do have that many. Mop washing frequency by room, by time, or by area. I've got it select by room. But I like Clean Genius. You don't really do a lot. Vacuum and mop. You can pick mop after vacuum. That way the mop is not dirty or wet. I always pick deep cleaning, higher water consumption. That's fine. Because I've got a big mess, so I want a deep cleaning. Now, like all others, we can do by room. We can do all. We can do a zone. Oh, it can only be used in custom mode. That's where you pick an area for it to clean. Now it has a camera, onboard camera. This can be like I gotta quickly tap the button 3 times. Station code. Okay, now I gotta set the code. So I gotta give it a code. On. Okay. There's the camera. It didn't open. This is like a tutorial. Again, if I'm in another state, I can walk away from this. There's the camera, and I can control it with a joystick. I can tell it to go to somewhere on the map. I can speak through it, and the voice will come out there. I can take a picture, take a video. I can turn the light on. There's so much to this. I can't really go into it all right now, but that's a pretty cool feature with that. Let's quickly go over some settings. Cleaning history. This is some of the cleans it's done. It kind of shows you the map of where it cleaned. Some of the obstacles it found.
Camera monitoring exited.
You know, it does take pictures. Now, the best piece of advice is start a schedule on these. You're never going to remember to go down and hit the clean button or do your app. It's easier to tell it to stop cleaning than to start cleaning. So say you put it on a schedule, but you're in a meeting on Monday and you're like, oh, it's interrupting me. Just go tell it to dock. That's much easier. Carpet settings, mop detach. This is not on by default. I think the mop raise is. I like the detach. It's going to use a little bit more battery, take a little bit longer. It only lifts some 10 millimeters, which is relatively okay. You can vacuum and mop. You can do clean carpets first. That's a good setting to do too. Carpet boost is on, intensive carpet cleaning. Floor, there's so many. You got collision avoidance, auto recleaning, auto detach mop pads. You can do cleaning in different floor directions, stain recognition. Yeah, I think I did that one. Oh, there's the side reach. That thing works really good. The mop extend. I don't do those. Those are like special for like around furniture and stuff. But I got that all in the settings. Frequency, high frequency, dock settings. This is where you got the auto add the detergent, water temperature. I've got it on warm. You can put it on hot. Auto wash, when to say, yeah, auto rewashing. Washing mode is standard. We can do light, standard, or deep. Dry. At the end of the job, and after it's washed the mop pads, it'll dry it for 2 to 4 hours. I got it set on 2. The fan's not really loud, and I will show that to you. Here's what I turned on. I turned on the pet care. It's going to go back and clean more. Pet pictures. I agreed to the privacy, and I enabled the pictures. Now, again, if you don't want it taking pictures, because it can take some, it can take a picture that maybe you don't want, you can turn, that is off by default. AI avoidance, I think that's on, but make sure that's on. Voice and volume, real-time camera, more functions. Do not disturb, make sure that's on. Resume and clean, notifications, yeah. Again, I went through all this in the setup. This is just some quick things. Okay, so you can have it, if you hit clean now, it'll just start cleaning everywhere. I love that you can put the order of the rooms. That's super important to me. It'll start, you can have it do a room way over here, then go this one, then that one. That's pretty cool, the room order. But let's just do one room. Let's do the kitchen. And I've got Clean Genius. I really do like that Clean Genius. And let's hit clean.
Start selected room cleaning.
Now it should wash the mop pads.
Mop pads.
Yeah, it's going to wash the mop pads. This isn't super loud. It takes about 2 minutes. But you're going to hear the water pump kick on and off. Again, there's the mop pads being turned, and you'll hear the water going down there. And the app tells us exactly what it's doing. Cleaning mop pad and adding water. You know, this is a pretty big mess, but I paid $1,500 for this, so I have really high expectations for this. I bought this with my own money. I was not given this product, or I was not paid for this video. I love giving honest reviews. If you I spent my own money on this, so that's why I have high expectations. You know, I'm not going to spend, this thing's retailing for $1,900 right now. I'm not going to spend $1,500 on a robot that, if it doesn't do well, I return it. You know, just like a consumer would. Like if I didn't think this was cleaning very good, or if I had a problem, I would return it. So we got a combination. We got muddy paw prints that are still muddy, and we got some that are dried on. I think you're going to be really surprised. I was shocked. I mean, I've kind of been left speechless. I added a few more muddy paw prints from the quick review, a little bit more ground coffee. Yeah, that's about as loud as it gets when it's cleaning. It's basically when it's sucking the water up into the dirty water tank. That's when it's the loudest. Then it's kind of spinning those mop pads at different speeds. And it'll do this at the end of the job. And that Clean Genius will, if it does what it did in the quick review, it'll clean these muddy paw prints. But then it's like, oh, there was some mud here. I'm going to go back. I'm going to clean the mop pads, and I'm going to go back and remop this with fresh mop pads. Okay, here's where the fun starts. See, the mop pads are all washed and rinsed, and they're wet, ready to go. And it's got an onboard tank that's going to keep them wet. It's just kind of it just positions itself when it first undocks. I can't tell you how quiet this thing is. Not sure why it turned the brush roller off. I think it does that sometimes when it thinks it's dirt. Maybe it thinks that coffee's dirt. I might have messed it up. I think it'll recover. So yeah, I think it struggled with that coffee just because it thought it was dirt, but there's that extension. And there's it extends that back mop pad. The first mud. All right, yeah, it does smear it at first. It did this in the quick review, but it's going to go back and get it. So yeah, this coffee threw it for a loop. It turns see, it has dirt detect on it. So when it senses dirt, it turns the vacuum off. So I might have messed things up here, but now here it's auto sensing that cable. This is a really good test for it. And it's going to back up. When you notice that it's backing up like that, it's taking a picture. And now it knows there's carpet there. Okay, so what it's doing, the first time it mapped my house, and then since it's been cleaning this kitchen, it knows that that's carpet. I didn't tell it that that's carpet. So what it's going to do, it's going to go around that area. I got to stop talking. We got to watch the fun. There it is. That's incredible how accurate that is. Now sometimes it does it right there again. There, it did it. And then it extends that mop pad to get right underneath the kitchen cabinets. That's a game changer. So what I was saying, it's going to drop the mop pads off and come back and vacuum this carpet, because that's the setting I have it set at. See, there it's doing coffee like it should. It's vacuuming it and mopping. You can hear when it extends that arm. It's got a certain sound it makes. Now I did just give this, I wanted it to work right, so I just kind of quickly vacuumed this little area real quick. See how it stopped vacuuming when it sensed that mud? Now, this is a really big test for it. And we're getting live updates. This is the app. It took a picture of that cable. So let's click on it. It says power cord. There's the picture. You can tell that that's not a pic, but it is accurate. This one, it just said furniture prone to get stuck. That's kind of nice. It doesn't, it took a picture of my shoe earlier. Yeah, when I'm standing around it, it takes a picture. All right, it's mopping. Again, you'll hear the vacuum part quick, but it's still mopping. Now in the quick review, it did an excellent job. I had about 2 or 3 less muddy paw prints. But again, I have high expectations for this. See how it stops turning the side brush? That means it's mopping. So I think it remembers that there was coffee here earlier. And even though I vacuumed it up, this is going to be a long video, but there's just a lot. I want to show everybody as much as I can. I enjoy these reviews. I really do. I'm sitting in a chair. I'm just rolling back and forth. This is very easy for me to do, and I really enjoy it. Yeah, it's really being put to the test. Now, it may look like it just smeared a bunch of it, but it's going to go back and clean the mop pads, and that way the mop pads will be nice and clean, and come back and do this again. There it is. So it's struggling a little bit on the dried up ones, but you can hear the brush roller. It has kind of a, and when you don't hear that, it's not turning that brush roller on the bottom. So I wonder if you could do, yeah, if you wonder if it's getting the floor wet, it is. I wonder if, I don't think you're supposed to, I wonder if it would do like a spilt, like if you spilt water on the floor, I wonder if it would mop it up. I gotta try that. I don't want to ruin the robot, but I will try that. So its dirt detect, I think, is working really good because it's turning off the vacuum and mopping only. And that's another thing. I forget whether it's a setting or not, but it can sense how dirty the water is that's being sucked up into the dirty water tank. And if it senses that the water being sucked up is dirty, it'll kind of give it an extra wash. There's no real way. I I don't know if I can actually test that or not. Yeah, sometimes it does get a little confused with the dirt and turning the vacuum off. It didn't vacuum that up because it turned the vacuum off. But I think if we give this thing time, it's going to get this all really clean. You just can't get in a rush with it. We're just letting it do its thing. It's got some intelligence on board. There. Then it vacuumed it up. Again, let's take a look at the app. It avoided the carpet, and you can see the carpet's a little different color, like it's got some lines in it. All right, I think it's gonna go back. Returning, so it always tells us what it's doing. Returning to remove the mop pad. Now that doesn't mean it's done mopping. It's just gonna go vacuum that carpet. I like how it cleans the base ramp while it's going back up. Now you're going to hear a clunk.
Starts charging.
It turns them, but then it clunks. There they go. It can drop the mop pads. That's a pretty cool feature. It can auto raise them also, but I've got the feature set where it drops them off.
Mop pads removed.
Now it's going to go vacuum that carpet. And again, there's the mop pads. All right. So there's this feature I've been wanting to try. Add an extra cleaning area. Ooh, I can do this while it's working. I'm gonna do it because this little area over here, I feel bad that I messed things up a little bit. Okay, so there it is. Got a lot going on. It ramps up the suction on carpet, and it has 12,000 pascals. That's a lot. Okay, so the robot is cleaning. Let's add this. I've got it exploded all the way. Yeah, let's add a little cleaning area right here. Start extra cleaning. I don't want to start it yet. I want it to mop. I want it to get this area. Let's watch it work. It's pretty amazing. That's really fine particles. That's dog hair. And it's not really loud either. It's just methodically working. All right, let's pause it.
Paused.
I want to show you. There's the dustbin. We don't have any dirt, debris. Sometimes we get stuff stuck on there, on others. This one, yeah, it does have kind of a small filter, but man, it's doing a good job. And it's going to auto empty everything out of this little port right here.
Proceeding task completed.
Oh, I could have, okay. I'm going to do that here in a second. It said I could have done it and it would have cleaned the carpet and then went over there, but I will do that. Now it's going to reattach the mop pads.
Start charging.
Okay, there's the clunk. It reattached the mop pads.
Mop installed. Start auto empty.
Okay, the auto empty is super quiet.
Start cleaning mop pads.
Okay, so this is where it's going to put the hot water down and wash the mop pads. And it will take a little bit longer if it senses that that water is really dirty, which it should. Okay, so I think it is doing one more rinse because this is taking a little bit longer. Miss Fiona's wanting in. She's upset.
Completed. Please empty the used water tank timely.
Okay.
Start cleaning.
So it's a little confusing. It says task completed, but it's not. It's going to go, okay, here it is. The second cleaning underway. Oh, it says the map of dirty area is generated. Oh, this is exciting. But again, the mop pads are all nice and clean, and it's going to go over this entire area again. I wonder if it uses its memory. Nope, it's vacuuming. So it doesn't use its old memory because before it shut that area off because it thought it was mud. Okay, that's awesome. There it's extending. Okay, so you know how that notification told me I went to cleaning history, and at first I thought, well, it's just showing me where it cleaned. But you got to click down here and it says area with grime. Sure enough, that's the kitchen. I mean, it kind of selected the whole kitchen, but that's pretty cool. A little hidden. Cleaned area, uncleaned area. Oh, wow. This is pretty cool. Again, that was just in the cleaning history. And it's still cleaning, so. Let's go back to the app. So say you're doing your whole house. I like that you can have, say, oh, I'm doing a meeting over here. You could give it an exclude cleaning area. You can give it an area to tell it to stay away from. That way you don't have to cancel the whole cleaning. That's nice. Let's add that extra cleaning area. Let's just do it. The original cleaning task will continue after the, oh, okay, so it does do it first. I'm learning something new here. So let's give it a really small area. Yeah, let's tell it to go over here. That's pretty cool. How accurate it is. Now there was a little bit of mud left. We're going to see if it gets that. It got most of that mud. There's a little bit here too. Okay, let's play around with it. Let's tell it to start the extra cleaning. Okay, so it's gonna, I told it to come clean this area extra. Yep, it's like, hey, I know what I'm doing. It goes fast. A lot of times when you see it spinning like that, it's just positioning itself. So this is an extra area that I told it to clean, and it will stop what it's doing and come and do this. It's a really small area I told it to. So it should finish it pretty quick. Yeah, and that's what it's doing. Okay, the extra cleaning is done.
Extra cleaning completed. Original cleaning task continued.
Now it's going to go back and finish where it started. That's right where it left off. Okay, so it's mopping the second time. This video is getting so long, I'm so sorry. We got to do the carpet yet. Did you make these messy paw prints? No, you just want a snack. Okay, so it's all done with the second pass. It's going to come back, reattach the mop pads, and clean them.
Dehydrating mop pads.
Okay, so it's all done with the kitchen. It's dehydrating the mop pads, which blowing hot air. It's not very loud at all. Wow, there's the dirty water. So let's go look at this. We're going to do the carpet next. There's one spot I would have liked to have seen it got this better, but for some reason it even on the map, it showed a little area where it didn't go. So, but boy, everywhere else did a good job. A little bit right there. The carpet's clean. It does struggle a little bit on carpet up next to the wall. But if it can use that side brush, it does a good job. See, even in the app, it showed a little streak where it just didn't get. Okay, we're going to do a vacuum only. We're going to do maximum suction. We got Max Plus, standard route. I don't know what, I've never seen Max Plus before. Well, let's try it. And I got it on, I can't do Clean Genius when I do Zone. So I want to do it right in front of the couch. And let's go see, let's tell it to start cleaning.
Start zone cleaning.
I think it's going to leave the mop pads. It should leave the mop pads. Yeah, there's the clunk.
Mop pads removed.
All right, now it's going to go vacuum. Anxious to see if it uses that green area to transition. I was playing around with that. Okay, so it's transitioning to the room. Yeah, I think that's a, no, I don't know. It didn't use that green area. So this is the maximum suction plus. And this room is really dirty. Maybe I should have done clean sense, or the where it uses the AI to see if it could have picked up that dirt. If it could have sensed it and then gone back, but. Okay, so this is the maximum it's ever going to be. 85. So it didn't have, it went around that cable first, but the next pass it should go right in front of it. Interesting. It doesn't turn the side brush when it's on carpet. So it missed the cable. I was hoping it would have sensed it. I never like them to get that close. Oh, no. Dang. I'm not speechless anymore. So it's sensing that poop, that's good. And that can be hard to do. That's brown on brown, so that for it to figure that out can be tricky. Some robots cannot, unless you put it on like a contrasting surface. It's definitely staying well away from the poop. Maybe it's since the cable, yeah, I think it's got the cable located now. Yeah, anytime you see it backing up like that, it senses the cable now. Wish it would have a little earlier, but those are some of the quickest things to get your robot stuck. Which it usually doesn't damage your robot, it just wraps it around the brush roller and it won't go anymore. But it usually doesn't damage it. But now the dog poop, it can definitely damage it. Just make it super hard to clean. Just sitting back, watching the robot work. Bunch of stuff on the floor there. Wow, it does a good job on carpet. That was a really big mess. Wow. That was an extremely big mess. Okay, so it is getting some stuff. Now, normally you don't have to worry about that because it's going to go back to the docking station and then it auto empties everything out. But I just wanted to, yeah, oh boy, the dustbin is, this was a really big test. So, you know, hopefully yours doesn't get this full. But wow, I put a lot of stuff in the carpet. A lot of really fine stuff. And it's picking it all up. Okay, so it sensed the cable. I thought it was going to sense power cable. Yeah, oh, there's me taking a picture of it. I thought it would take a picture of the dog poop, but it didn't take a picture of the dog poop. All right, going back to the dock. We'll see how loud the docking, the self-empty.
Charging. Start auto empty.
Wow, 65. Not sure what that was. All right, I turned it on again just to make sure. Here comes Miss Fiona, wanting a treat. Okay, so the auto empty, it didn't get everything out. I would have liked to have seen it to get a little bit more out than that, but it did clean up that whole area. Okay, let's go over my grading scale. It got basically hundreds on everything, well 5. It got a 96 out of 100. Now areas, vacuuming, hardwood floors, or it should have been mopping. Yeah, mopping. Boy, On the quick review, it did a 5 out of 5. That was a really, you know, yeah. -1. Price, -3, $1,900. That's just too expensive. This thing, it does a great job. You know, it just does a really good job in so many areas. That price is really, really high. $1,500 is a good price point for what it does. 896A. And I will be comparing this to the X30 and the Eufy right now. The Eufy X10 Pro Omni is upstairs. It's my go-to vacuum. I'm going to bring it downstairs, take this upstairs for a while, do a comparison. The Dreame L20 is $1,000 right now, so I'll be doing a comparison with it. You know, you can save $500 on the L20, but it's so much bigger. And don't forget, I'll be comparing this to the Roborock S8 Q Revo Max V. Those are expensive robots. Those are $1,500, $1,600 too. So I'm pretty anxious for the comparison. I'm getting really tired right now. This was a long day, long video. Let me know what you think of the long format. This was probably my longest single robot vacuum video today. You know, these things just have so many options. I might have showed too much of the cleaning, but yeah, that's what it is. I really do hope this video helps. I did buy this with my own money. Would I spend $1,900? No. Would I spend $1,500? Yes. Would I spend $1,200, $1,300? Oh yeah. It's definitely a $1,000+ robot. You know, you may be a year or so before you see this under $1,000, but $1,200, $1,500. This is a really good robot vacuum cleaner. Oh, now you can take a nap where it's mopped. Be sure and check me out on Instagram, Just a Dad Videos on Instagram. If you could hit a follow, I really would appreciate it. Say bye, Fiona. And she just decided to take a nap right beside me. She is a good girl. You a good girl? You're a good girl. So be sure and check out my videos on these brand new Roborock vacuum cleaners. I got the Roborock Q Revo Max V, and here's the Roborock S8 Max V. I've got comparisons, setup videos. These are really amazing robots, and I'll be comparing them to the older ones. I also sell my own coffee, Just a Dad Simple Sip. I sell it in the whole bean or ground bag, and also in the K-Cup form. You can buy it at justadadcoffee.com. Be sure and check me out on Instagram. Look for my logo right here. Just a Dad Videos on Instagram. I do behind the scenes and free giveaways. So when I'm done with these products, I do give them away. Hit a follow on Instagram and my Facebook group page. I'll put links to them in the show description notes. Again, here's the Narwhal Dreame L10S. There's the old Q Revo I'll be comparing it to. There's the old S8, you know, Dreame L20. That thing's big, but it does a good job. The Dreame X30. I got the X40 coming. It should be here in a couple weeks. So X30 I do love, but super expensive. Roombas. I got Tinicos I do reviews on. Shark just released 2 brand new Hydrovacs. These aren't it. These are the old ones, but I will be comparing them to the old ones. $1,200 Dyson. Roborock, that's one of their economical ones. Q5 does a great job. This is the game changer right here. The Dirt Devil. This is a $99 robot vacuum with LiDAR navigation and has an awesome app that maps your house and is easy to use. I just did a review on this one, $99 Walmart. You just can't beat that price for LiDAR navigation. I also show you what Roombas, you know, these are starting to get kind of long in the tooth. The i5 I stay away from. The J7's okay. This is the J9 Plus, but even these are starting, you know, there's just so much better technology. Same with over here on the Sharks. Again, I got almost every Shark vacuum they make, but they're just showing their age, and there are better ones out there. But there is a price point in the $300 to $400 range when you want to just vacuum carpet. These are actually pretty good. I also do carpet cleaner reviews and vacuum cleaner reviews. So again, I absolutely love what I do. Thank you so much. I really thank you for helping me with my videos. You know, again, really do appreciate everybody's support. If you could, please like and subscribe and use the links down below. I really would appreciate it. And thanks for watching. Be sure to check out my Instagram, Just a Dad Videos on Instagram. If you could, hit a follow there. Also, check out my Facebook group page, Just a Dad Videos group page on Facebook. I do free giveaways. Miss Fiona loves to take a nap on pillows and blankets, don't you? You're a good girl. You're a good girl. It's okay. You can go to sleep. She's down here while I'm doing my videos. So it looks like the cicadas are starting to come out. And if we look, we can start to see the shells they leave behind. Ooh, there's one hiding underneath there. I think they've got to kind of like come out of their shell, and then I'm not sure exactly what they start doing. Pretty cool.